Welcome also to Ford's brand new facility in Sanand in Gujarat. This is now what is being dubbed as the future Detroit of India because a lot of car makers and two-wheeler manufacturers are setting up huge manufacturing bases here. You already had Tata Motors making its Nano here, and now you will have the Figo Aspire. That's the first product that will come out of this 460-acre campus from Ford right here in Sanand. So this is what the fuss is all about. It is the new Figo Aspire. When you look at it closely, you realize it's very much like the concept car that was shown at the Auto Expo in New Delhi last year. Same color too, and that's in a way a good thing because it tells you that what you saw there wasn't just a design study, it's pretty close to the real thing. This is what it's all about. It is sub 4 meter. The platform is a global one, but yes, the product has been modified specifically for India to gain that excise duty advantage. Now at the back you can tell that just like all subcompact sedans, this one's got a stubby boot as well, but it seems to promise a fair amount of space. Proportions, well, the part that I like is that it looks like the wheelbase is pretty ample, and that means that you got good space on the inside. You can take a look at what we are seeing. The car is locked, we're not allowed to get in just yet. But yeah, it looks like the legroom as well as the headroom inside is pretty promising. Up front is where you can tell it is a Ford because you got the trapezoidal front grille, nicely upmarket with a lot of chrome and a nice big fairly attractive looking headlamp cluster as well. That is what this whole thing is about, because in this space you've got to be good looking, you've got to be practical, and you've got to be efficient. There will be two engines, diesel and petrol, and the car should be with us by about the middle of the year, followed in a few months by the hatch as well. So the Figo Aspire, take a look at it folks. This is the big news, and which is why it's not surprising to see all of these people so excited. The workforce here at... All right, there you go. A lot of excited people. The workforce here at Sanand is very proud of their brand new car, and that's something that even the chief guest here, Anandibhen Patel, the Chief Minister of Gujarat, as well as the Ford President and CEO, Mark Fields, had to say to them. You should be proud of your own product. Well, we also spoke with Mark Fields in an exclusive interview right here on CNB. The why and the how of Sanand, the location, the need for the second plant, the crucial timing of it as well.
Well, we're here obviously to inaugurate our new plant in Sanand as well as launch our new product, the Figo Aspire. And for us, India is a very important market for us. It's a market that's growing. We view the market growing upwards to maybe 7 million units by the end of the decade. So it's a very important growth market. And for us, we chose Sanand for a couple of reasons. One is a very educated workforce, good, motivated, and skilled folks that are there. The location is very good in terms of being near the port and being able to have shipping and receiving come in and out. And also at the same time we had very good support from the government to set up shop here. And then finally, there's a good automotive supplier base here as well. So those things combined make Sanand an excellent place for us to inaugurate this plant. We're investing about $1 billion into the plant and creating 2,500 direct jobs, which will lead to the number of indirect jobs as well. So we're very pleased to be here and investing in India, and that investment has totaled over $2 billion in the last couple of years.
When you talk about One Ford, and of course, we have now understood that message clearly from Ford over the last couple of years especially, sometimes the consumer sort of misses the wood for the trees because where you talk about obviously global platforms or technologies being brought in, certain global nameplates is something that the customer looks for. A lot of them are traveling, they're aware of what's happening as well thanks to the internet. Do you think there's a need to see a sort of a balance between really well market-suited products and some of your global big brands like Focus or even, I'm going to say it, Mustang?
Well, I do think it's a mixture because what we've learned, again, is making sure there is a certain level of tailoring depending upon the product. But also at the same time, I think the beauty of our plan is it allows us to bring products to a market much faster than we ever would before. And I think that's what's really important to customers. I think customers don't really think about, the company strategy and how that's going to benefit them. They're just looking at the product lineup when they're in the market. They're looking at the competition. They're going to different showrooms, and we want to be there for them with a full selection of vehicles. And that's what the One Ford plan is able to do, and that's the real benefit to the customer.
One of the things which I mentioned was a product like the Mustang. I mean, in India, you have a vehicle like the EcoSport that plays a great flagship role for you. There's also, of course, the Endeavour, which also does that to a certain extent. But when it comes to an icon like the Mustang, it of course delivers a different kind of message, and it plays a different kind of role. Do you think there's room for that? I mean, don't just get stuck on the Mustang example, but vehicles like that, which could be just completely built imports, smaller vehicle, smaller volume. Do you think that's necessary to build the brand?
I think, at the end of the day, what's most important for consumers and for us is building our brand. A brand that's relevant, is vibrant, that consumers can trust. And I think that's a combination of, we've been able to do that through the products that we've introduced, our Figo, our EcoSport, our Endeavour. And when you look at products like Mustang, you never know.